Hey y'all, how are we doing today? We have Marissa and Chris with Show Up Fitness. We're going to go through a little Q&A. Marissa and I were talking the other day about giving back and trying to help more than just our clients, and we've been talking a lot about we have meetings and stuff on client questions, and so we want to bring those questions to you guys and make this like a little Q&A. I wanted to call this Marissa, but she didn't like it, so we're going to kind of work on the name. We're going to have like a one question, maybe two if we have time. We're going to try to keep them short, about 5 to 7 minutes, and then we're going to, at the latter end of everything, we're going to have a little workout demo so you guys can watch these, share with your friends, give us your comments, your suggestions. We'd love to know what you say. And I really don't want it to be like, oh, Chris, your man bun's awesome. Just something more along the lines of how we can make this better for you guys. So, Marissa, why don't you give us a quick little elevator speech of who you are?
Okay, well, I'm Marissa. I graduated from this guy's class at MPTI in Santa Monica. I've been training for about almost a year now, and see, I told you I would.
It's okay. We're going to keep on going. It doesn't matter.
I have to do this.
Here's a quick little elevator speech about me. That was fine. She's a trainer. She's doing good. She's working with primarily females building booties.
Yeah.
One of the reasons I wanted to get her on here is because she never talks, and so we're gonna break that that ice a little bit. But she gets more views from me, and it kind of pisses me off. I don't know why you guys would like her over this.
Because I'm amazing.
But you don't have that?
And I have better hair.
That is false. 100% false right there.
Better hair. Hair goals.
I'm Chris. I've helped a lot of people. I've helped even more trainers, and my goal is to continue helping. So my background is NSCA/ACSM based. I teach at a personal training school, the curriculum of NASM, and also NSCA. And my book is going to be coming out here in a couple months, my second one. And that's enough about me. So I want to talk about, you said you had a client.
Yes.
And let's talk a little bit about her. And she had some questions about diet. First off, what was she?
She is a playmate.
Yes! She's supposed to bring me in a calendar and sign it to the hunk. Thanks for training us.
Well, besides her being a playmate, it's the question I get asked the most, especially from girls, and it's, what should I eat, or why am I not losing stomach fat? And my answer is always...
What's semi-fat?
I said stomach fat. I said stomach fat. Stomach fat.
Okay,
anyway, it's the question I get asked the most, so I kind of want to go over that question because I feel like it's the most asked question either in person or social media or just anywhere. It's like always asked. And it's always that I feel like the person's not eating enough.
Yeah. So then what did you suggest for her?
I suggested for her to add another source of protein, like add an extra salmon fillet or a Quest bar or some Greek yogurt or another protein shake just to get some more protein and stuff in there.
Protein is our macronutrient. And just to get a little sciencey on you guys, it's very common, especially with females today. They're under scrutiny with constantly trying to lose weight and look good on camera. And so, we have something called the BMR. Remember what that stands for?
No.
Basal metabolic rate. And what that is, that's how many... So this is actually going to help you be a better trainer because I'm going to quiz you while you're on camera. So basal metabolic rate is how many calories you need to maintain your weight. And so how much does she weigh?
I believe she is in her 130s.
So she weighs 130, just a real quick guesstimate. Let's say she needs about 1,300 calories to maintain her weight. But she doesn't want to maintain it. So we got to take out some calories or exercise. So on days that she's not exercising, she probably needs about 1,200 calories. And that's not that much. That's like a freaking peanut. Mm-hmm. And so for a girl who's supposed to get 1,200 calories, if you go significantly less than that, you can hit a state what's referred to as adaptive thermogenesis. And essentially what you start doing is you start storing more fat and you're getting rid of muscle. And it's a really nasty situation for not only your adrenal glands and hormonally, but your metabolism. And so on days that she's working out with you, she needs to be eating more to build up a better metabolism. And the things that we focus here on Show Up Fitness, drinking more water, eating more protein, and most importantly, never being hungry. Yeah. But it's hard. Coming from me telling a girl that you need to eat more doesn't work very well. So it's nice having Marissa on our team because she's able to say, how many calories do you think you're getting a day?
2,500 or more.
So you have to realize that bodies are different. She works out really hard, and we're going to show you some examples of workouts afterwards. You're not doing your stereotypical shitty 30 minutes of cardio, 30 minutes of spot reducing stuff. 90 minutes of high intense, a lot of volume, damaging, the acronym STDs. We all need STDs. We do. We need more STDs. Metabolic stress, time under tension, and then damage. And when you're hitting all three of those things, you're going to optimize hypertrophy with other, smaller things below it. But for her, she needs to be eating more. And it's really hard for women to understand. And, especially in that industry, I can only imagine how she's talking to other people. And we're also working with a model right now. And sometimes she'll have a protein shake a day. A protein shake a day. That's nuts. The body wants to grow. Unfortunately, for the average American, they are eating too much and they're not exercising. But when you're training and you're doing it right, and you're breaking down, so take us through a quick workout that you do with her, real quick.
We always start off with lifts, and then, so it's either squat, hip thrust, hinge patterns, stuff like that, and then upper body. I try to do a full body, and then we will get into like some sprints or abs at the end. But it's mostly, my 45 minutes of it though is mainly lifting, really heavy.
Really heavy, which is important. The heavier the weight, the more damage you're doing. So she said hinging, that's your glutes, your hamstrings, your erector muscles, your quads, your core, from the other one she's doing as well. Pressing, chest and triceps, pulling, back and biceps, overhead press, shoulders. And we're lifting not heavy as in 10-pound weights. It's heavy-ass stuff where you're lifting it 5-6 times max, and then you're going to do a drop set and you're causing a lot of damage. And so really the take-home from a lot of this is each person's different, and you need to do trial and error. There's not a one-fits-all recipe. For Marissa, it's different than her Miss Playmate she's working with me. You got to find out what works for you. And a lot of times it's not eating less, exercising more. It's more strategic than that. It's looking at, are you hungry? If you're hungry, that's your body's way of saying eat. But I'll challenge you, is it psychological hunger? What's psychological hunger?
It means where your body's just like, you're bored.
Yeah, so 12 o'clock, I should eat. It's lunch. Do you really need to eat? Put your hand between not your pants, but your stomach, and you're going to find probably a lunch right there. You got gut fat. You have thigh fat. We don't necessarily always need to be eating. It's habits. So form good habits. Exercise regularly 4 times a week. And then you're going to start growing and learning what your body's capable of. I think that's one of the biggest differences between trainers in our field, in our profession, than our clients. They get almost jealous at us, the fact that, not jealous, maybe that's the word, but they get frustrated because of how well we know our body.
Yeah.
We've been doing this for a long time. I've been a trainer for 10 plus years, and when you implement the science behind things, it's really neat to see the body adjust. She eats a lot, but she also works out hard. And so with this client, when she starts eating more, specifically protein, because protein has a higher what's called the thermal effect of food, TEF, you burn more calories by eating it, keeps you full longer, it keeps your hair nice and pretty, your nails, your skin, all that stuff. And so it's like the magical protein, the magical macro that we should be eating more.
Yeah.
So that's just a quick little summary of our little talks that we want to be doing. Hopefully you guys liked it. Did you have anything else you want to add in there?
No.
Now we're going to show you a little workout, so stay. Alrighty, so here's for a second little segment. What we're going to do is we're going to go into an exercise portion. Before we do that, what's the big difference between a girl and a guy? Don't you dare say penis and vagina. Girl says it's not symmetrical before we film. Guy says, how does my biceps look? That was funny. Don't pretend like that. It's not. So we're going to show you guys a quick little hip thrust variation. Now I stole this from Ben Bruno. It's important to understand that there's a ton of exercise. We're not recreating the wheel. As a good trainer, you can watch someone else do an exercise, look at why they're doing it, and apply your own principles. Now he did something the other day with Kate Upton, which is really cool because women are starting to lift heavier weights. I can take a look at it and say, that's innovative, that's creative, that's really effective. How can I put my own little spin on it? So he's the innovator of the 5-4-3-2-1 hip thrust, what he was doing. We're just going to add our own little twist at the end. I'm going to add a 5-second isometric hold. So Marissa has 135 on this. Start cranking out reps. She likes the smaller platform. It works for her. That's all right. We're going to do 5 repetitions. There's 3, 4, and then we're going to hold at the top for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to do 4 and 4. So what you're going to find is as you progress, it's going to get a little easier. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Keep on going. 1, 2. Isometric hold for 3, 2, 1. Now for 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then this last one, you're going to hold for 5 seconds with the press down from your trainer. 1, 2. Don't let me push you down. Don't let me push you down. 3, 4, and 5. Nice. Give that a shot. That's a great exercise for your booty.